now time for Rampage.
We're going to do Rampage.
We're going to head straight forth into the depths of hell.
Rampage.
Into commercial misery.
Big time. It's a film based on the Nintendo game from the 1980s, which I played as a kid.
You did?
Yeah. It's just these monsters that go, the object of the game is to destroy a city.
Correct.
So they now, in Hollywood fashion, have found a way to make a movie out of it and make it a starring vehicle for Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
Yeah.
And in this film...
Who's in every other film that comes out these days.
He's a busy guy.
You know, the man is the most bankable star
well, right now he is.
In the world.
He is. I agree 100%.
He is the guy.
Number one.
He can do it all. He does comedy. He's the Schwarzenegger of
his day. No, it's 100%
Arnold did
true.
it all. He did the comedy. He did the...
He did it all, too.
He did the action. He did it all.
Yeah.
So I have to give it to The Rock. He really is maintaining a very strong
equilibrium. And if you remember, one of the big breakout movies for The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, was 2003's The Rundown, which is a great film where he goes into the jungle with Sean William Scott.
Right.
Well, there's a scene early in the film where he's tracking somebody down. It might even be Sean William Scott when he finds him in a nightclub. And who does he see walking out? Is Schwarzenegger, who says to him, "Have fun." It's people looked at that as he's passing the torch.
He's passing the torch
to The Rock because that was when he was fresh into the governorship.
Yeah.
You know, so he couldn't really do films anymore. But Rampage, it's a very simple story. A genetics company comes up with a mutagen.
Oh my God. Wait, the owner says,
what is he saying?
Oh my God, it's a game-based movie. I need to watch this movie now. I didn't know it was a video game movie. Lots of video game movies. Ready Player One, now this. Oh, God.
Yeah. Well, Ready Player One
is a genius.
Well, no, Ready Player One was a book. It wasn't a video game.
He has incredible knowledge about things.
But we appreciate your input.
Completely worthless, and yet at the same time, I really do enjoy his input.
I love the input.
I do, too.
Anyway, so a company that is into genetics creates a mutagen-type bacteria or whatever substance that then crash lands to Earth, and it's mutating these animals. It mutates an ape, a wolf, and a alligator, and hence they are going to destroy whatever's in their path. Chicago is the city that's in their path.
Right.
And stuck in the middle of it is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who is a paleontologist.
Stuck in the middle with you.
Yes.
Stuck in the middle.
Steelers Wheel,
dude.
Yes. Most notably used in Reservoir Dogs.
Very true.
And then Dwayne Johnson is a guy who has worked with the ape since it was a little child or small ape, a baby.
Let us address for a moment Hollywood's obsession with large apes. I mean,
it's
King
a classic
Kong
movie
is just
monster.
being,
I mean, that's what they do
over and over.
Yeah.
And I'd like to also address the genitals of
they don't ever show
ape.
them. I know.
Well, they don't have any. That's why they don't. That's why they're not addressed.
Maybe they're tucked in.
No, they're not tucked in. If they were tucked in, that would have to be kind of like a, like up the arse.
Well, I'll be perfectly honest with you. When I go look at an ape in a zoo, I don't remember specifically seeing the genitalia.
Well, I'll tell you something. They're there, my friend.
I'm sure they are, but I don't remember.
There.
I don't miss it. I don't need to see it.
It's like a
so that's your biggest complaint is you don't
like
see
a pair of bowling balls
you don't
and a
see
cucumber.
The balls and the penis.
Well, you know something. I mean, it does irk me a notch because these animals do reproduce.
I know.
They do have genitalia, and yet do we see them? No,
you know
we do
why?
not.
It's just because for kids, they don't want kids to see that. That's the only reason why.
It's so true, indeed.
Oh, really? The Onord says apes have the smallest thing compared to most Homo sapiens.
Well, I think the Onord is just comparing his own genitals to the very small genitals that he's noticing.
Let's not get personal.
Upon the Homo sapiens, by the way. It's not capiens, my friend. He has spelled it with a C as opposed to the S.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a linguistical error by Mr. Onord.
Maybe he's referring to men who wear capes. Humans that wear capes, Homo sapiens.
No, I don't think so. No, I think so. I think he's using his own tiny little genitals as a reference point.
Okay.
But regardless of that,
the Rampage film. Do we need to get into some of the other actors? I mean, Naomi Harris is in it. She plays a scientist, a geneticist as well, who is helping him out. Malin Ackerman is the female villain. She's the head of the.
See Malin.
I like seeing her. In this film, she had darker hair.
She was in The Watchmen.
She was in The Watchmen with
which I love.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan,
I know.
who played the comedian in Watchmen.
He was once again in this.
And he is the government agent in this film too.
He's the Southern hick FBI guy.
I actually liked him a lot.
I liked him too. He created a character that was real.
Because at first I saw him in the trailer. I'm like, oh, there's Jeffrey Dean Morgan being
the bad guy.
The bad guy
again.
But it was a cool role. It was more than that.
I agree. He's
so,
very talented, and I like him very much.
Yeah.
I like him on screen.
It was fun. And then we had a couple other supporting actors that were fun. P.J. Byrne plays his assistant at the zoo, the guy with the glasses.
Okay.
He's been a supporting actor for years. He was.
Just
thank you.
For you, dude.
But anyway, overall, what I can say about Rampage is this: it's exactly what you expect it to be. It's a popcorn movie, destruction.
It's a popcorn movie. Yeah,
you know,
it was.
nothing.
I was entertained.
I was very entertained, but it's not an amazing movie.
You know, I didn't have the desire to go in to see it in the first place. I felt the obligation due to our beloved show here. So I did go see it for that. Oh man, okay.
Have some more.
You know,
you shouldn't be having this with a cold.
He was gaseously emitting. He was gaseously emitting from his anus earlier. So, you know.
Are you talking about the dinner we ate?
Yeah, I'm talking about, you know, as we were walking in.
We
this
did have
evening,
Mexican.
Chris suddenly backs up about 10 feet and he goes, oh, I got to do this. And blows a mammoth fart, actually. Wait, now Magruder says
he says picky Daryl.
Well, I don't know, sir.
He's saying you're picky because you're complaining about genitalia not being involved.
He's Chris Pickhart.
Yes.
Yeah, and chimps have big sacks because they have the most sex, the one nerd. Well, there you go. Young
Monster
basic
Dog,
high school
thank you for
biology.
that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to applaud the very brilliance.
Feel free.
That is the people who tune into our beloved show here. You know, sure, there's no genius going on. There's no, you know, the stairway doesn't go all the way to the attic on many of these folks. Okay. And yet at the same time, I just love the fact that they're here.
Yes.
To appreciate.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're talking to nobody.
You know,
right?
Otherwise, we're talking to nobody.
So let's continue. Rampage. I liked it. I didn't love it. It was entertaining.
It's a very mediocre. It's
just film. Another star vehicle for Dwayne Johnson.
CGI infested.
It's very CGI-esque.
How many buildings can they smash by the end of the film?
Here's a complaint that I had. Is that in the video game, the monsters, the beasts are so big, they're like literally as tall as the buildings. They can just knock it down.
Oh, really?
In this movie, they're climbing the buildings. They're not that big.
Well, that's true.
They're big, but they're not as big as I would have liked.
Yeah, okay.
I would have liked to see the ape just give a good sidekick to the building and break it in half. You know, I like the ape to be much bigger.
Well, perhaps you should have wrote into 20th Century
I should have and said, hey guys, here's my 2 cents.
And brought in your very. When will The Rock have a bad breakthrough role?
No, have a breakthrough role in general.
Well, I think he's had quite a few
I think
already,
he's being facetious.
I think he possibly is.
But you know what? I'm going to give a mild yes to Rampage. You can go see it if you want to have fun. You know, it's nothing that's going to change your life by any chance.
Are you sure?
I'm kind of sure.
You know, I think you're probably right, too, because I don't think it really is going to do anything for anybody. You know, but it's good to see The Rock.
He is what it is.
He is what he is.
He's a very likable...
A very charismatic...
yes. I was going to say, very charismatic, very likable guy.
No, he does have a very charismatic, essence on screen. There's no question about it.
Yeah, no, I enjoy his films. I'm looking forward to the new one this summer, Skyscraper. That looks interesting.
Exactly. And yes, I think it's
We're going to move on.